There is a certain superpower that you get after you finally remove Instagram from your phone, right? And you can replace Instagram with any of the social media platforms, TikTok, even YouTube. Although I would say YouTube is probably one of the better. Like, I think YouTube is the best because it's long form. You actually have to watch things in full, and the algorithm is a little bit better when it comes to YouTube, right? But when it comes to short form content or social media platforms where you follow people and people follow you back, and you might know them from some time ago and you might not know them and whatever, or you can scroll for hours on end and it's just short form, you know, hitting your brain for hours at a time. Shit that you might not even want to see, negative news, right? Like, you might follow people on Instagram that you know, but they're always posting something negative on their story, and you're not even thinking about that. You might be having the best day, but you go on Instagram and then you click on that person's story and you see something happening 2,000 miles across the world, and now you're pissed off, now you're anxious, and you didn't even know this shit. It doesn't really affect you, but now you're upset because you know it. Or you click on somebody's story and they might appear to be having the time of their life. They're outside in the club, they might be in a different country, a different state, you know, and they have these perfectly curated moments that they're snapping pictures or videos, posting it on their story. You might be doing very well for yourself. You might be chilling, right? There might be nothing wrong with your day or really anything wrong with your life that has potential to like end your life or, you know, put you in some sort of terrible situation. Like, your life might be okay. And then you go on Instagram and you see that, and now you have FOMO. Now you have a fear of missing out, or like there's something that you should be doing that you're not doing that looks more fun than what you're doing, but what you're doing is actually perfectly fine because it's what you actually want to do. But now you've planted somebody else's version of what they want into your mind, and now you think that you want it when in reality you don't want that. You see, I'm on day 3, right? Nothing crazy. I'm not 90 days free, a year free, right? Like, that's the goal for me right now. But I'm not gonna pretend like I've been off Instagram forever. I deleted Instagram 4 days ago. 4 days, that's it. Right, in the past, I've deleted it, but then I re-download it on the same day because I don't know why, you know, something in me's like, oh, just re-download Instagram. You know, you're missing out on something, right? The FOMO. And then I re-download it, and now I'm back in the same toxic cycle that I just explained. But I'm on day 4 of actually deleting it and not re-downloading it and just doing what I want to do. Not worrying about how I appear to other people, not worrying about what other people are doing in their lives because it doesn't really affect me. Not clicking on somebody's Instagram story and seeing the most negative thing that you can possibly see. And now it's something that's in the back of my mind that I wasn't even thinking about. And now I'm worried. And it's just this constant state of worry, anxiety, pressure to always be doing more, pressure to always, you know, grind. And there's a certain level where you have to put in work, right? If you have dreams and aspirations for self, you have to put in the work to get there. But the culture on that Instagram specifically, and you can even apply this to TikTok, even YouTube, right? But in my experience, I'm speaking from my perspective, Instagram was the worst for me. Because there's people that follow me. I might post something. They see it, but they don't even like it. I'm clicking through other people's lives. Meanwhile, my life is great, right? You know, I'm not saying I have a perfect life. I have things that I'm dealing with, you know, some mental stuff, some physical things. But for where I'm at, My life is, it's good. My life is good. I'm able to take care of my family when they need it. I'm able to take care of myself, rely on myself. I don't need to ask anybody for anything. You know, I deal with some pain, some physical pains because of, you know, past things that I had to go through. I deal with some mental things that I have to work through, that I'm continuing to work through because of the things that I've gone through. But for the bigger picture, my life is all right. And then I would go on Instagram and see somebody that might not even be doing better than me. And I'm not saying this from an egotistical standpoint or trying to talk down on anybody or arrogance, but they appear that they might be doing better than me. And maybe they're not. But because they're doing something that looks more fun than what I'm doing, I get this perception that they might be doing like I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. Even if it's incorrect, even if that's a false statement. But that's what social media does to you. It plants these ideas in your mind that you're not doing enough, that there's people doing better than you, that you haven't reached the right level, that you're behind, that you're running out of time. You might be a single man like myself, and you see people on social media who are in relationships. You think they might be in a happy relationship, but a lot of the time they're not, and they're just posting to make it seem like that. Or they might be in a happy relationship, right? But now you're single and you're like, damn, I can't get a girl. I can't get a man. I can't get a relationship. So now you're messed up in the head. Now you think you're behind. Don't even talk about, let's not even get started on the gender wars, on, oh my gosh, the war between men and women on social media, the divide that's happening. I don't even want to get into that on this video because I can talk about that for a while and how damaging it is. But these are just some examples of what chronic use of social media platforms like Instagram and short form content and keeping up with other people's lives can do to your mind. A lot of people are living decent, good lives for themselves, right? They have everything that they need to survive. But they go on Instagram and now they think that they're missing something, when really they have everything they need inside, internally. None of the external shit. You have everything you need internally. But these social media platforms, extremely damaging. And it's not like there wasn't a time when they were fun, right? Everybody remembers, or at least if you're Gen Z, right? I'm 25 years old. I still remember when we were in middle school and Instagram was still new and you had to post like my status for a rate and people would like your status and then you'd rate them on the public. Like everybody would see it. You would have your woman crush Wednesday, you'd have your man crush Monday, whatever it might be, you know? Or like my status for it, to be honest. Hey, to be honest, I think you're cute. Yo. Those times were crazy. Looking back at it, it's like we were in middle school really with the gall to post shit like that online for everybody to see it. It didn't even matter. Like, what did our parents think of us posting that stuff, right? Like, these damn kids. But now it's just all one-upping each other, performance, feeling like you're behind, seeing everything negative with the world, nothing positive. There's not one time, I was thinking about this the other day, there's not one time where I went on Instagram and I got off Instagram in a better mood than before I got on it. Never. The whole time I've been using Instagram the last few years, I've never been on it and in a better mood than I was before I got on it. Never. And I'm sure that applies to most people who use the platform. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. And now being a few days without it, it's just so much more peaceful, not worrying about anybody else, not worrying about what anybody else thinks of me, not worrying about who sees my story and who liked my story, and that, like, holy, a lot of people, I think most people, honestly, I think majority of people would be better off without Instagram or whatever social media platform triggers them. Like, for me, Instagram was my, I don't like the word trigger, but for me, Instagram was my kryptonite. Every time I get on it, bad mood instantly. Now I'm thinking about something that I don't need to be thinking about, that has nothing to do with me, and my life is fine. And I didn't have a point or a specific message for this video, but I'm just sharing something that I've experienced, that I've been experiencing, and that I know, like, even somebody as self-aware as myself, and I don't say that to toot my own horn, but I know that I'm very self-aware. I can catch my thoughts. I can catch what I'm thinking and my emotions. Even somebody like myself can struggle with social media like that, because it's not even conscious, it's subconscious. It's like programming. So I can't even imagine, well, I can imagine, but I feel even more for the people who have not as much self-awareness. They might lack a lot of self-awareness, and they're programming themselves with that shit. And they're constantly chasing something that's never gonna ever make them happy. So you gotta get off that shit, especially if you're susceptible to it like that, like where you're not even aware that it's happening. Like, I was aware that it was happening and I was still doing it. I just had to get rid of it. But most people are not aware that it's happening, and they're just going through it. And I guess the message of this video is just to say, this can apply to anything in your life that makes you feel worse when you do it or use it. Cut it out of your life. If there's something that you're doing or using, it might be a vice, might be weed, it might be alcohol, it might be clubs, it might be whatever, strip clubs, it might be Instagram, TikTok. If you notice that every time you participate in it and your mood is way worse or worse than before you did it, and you find yourself constantly thinking about things that aren't really relevant to your life, but they're still affecting you in a negative way, it's probably time to get rid of that, to take a break. Right? I plan on never re-downloading Instagram for a long time. I don't really need it. I in terms of content creation, I don't really want to be on it. I don't believe that I need it to be a content creator. I don't really need to be a content creator either way. Like, I'm just doing this because it's a hobby. It's a way of me expressing myself, and I love reaching people when seeing positive messages about how people feel the same way, or they might gain something from what I say. So it's just a hobby, but I don't need Instagram to really do that. I prefer YouTube much more. So again, if there's something in your life that is negatively affecting you, do your best to get rid of it, or to minimize the amount of time you do it, or the frequency, whatever it might be. Because having your own mind, having control over your own mind in today's day and age is a very rare thing. You will stand out from most people if you can regain control of your mind. And one of the ways to regain control of your mind is to deprogram the shit on these platforms. Deprogram yourself from the fear of missing out and feeling like you're behind, and just realize that you have everything you have internally, and that will allow you to show up as your authentic, genuine self. And that's what is needed in the world today. We have too many people that are programmed by what they see online and not by their own thoughts. And we need to get back to a time where people have their own thoughts and beliefs. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. Hope this was a informative or helpful video, you know, for whatever stage you might be in. If you might be in the same stage as me, you might be in the stage where you're considering deleting it. You know that it's bad for you, but you're still on it. You might be even further than I am into your journey of not having Instagram or whatever social media. And if you are, I would like to hear your thoughts. I would like to hear your thoughts on where you're at and where you want to be and what you've noticed has changed in your life since getting off of it, or what you notice your life is like whenever you get on it. Like, I just want to hear everybody's opinion. So please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe. Again, I just do this as a hobby. Like, there's really no crazy goal for this. I mean, you know, of course we would all one day love to make content as a source of income and be able to live off of it, but that's not really something that I'm like super striving for. But, you know, just for fun. If it happens, it happens. But other than that, yeah, I do fitness coaching as well. So I know that's not the topic of this video, but if you need help with fitness coaching, I'll put the link in the description. Again, no pressure. It's just something I do. So if you need help, link is there. But again, let me know how you guys are feeling about this same situation or whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.